Hey guys, I'm back. Kyle over at North Bay Mitsubishi. Told you I was going to do a video specifically on this this touchscreen inside the 2017 Outlander. This is the touchscreen that features Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, new thing for 2017. It might be a little bit shaky and it might be a little bit weird because I'm going to show you in the mirror. I'm filming on a gigantic tablet because I'm going to demo the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto using my phone. So it's a little bit weird and uncomfortable and awkward, but I'm making it work. The things I do for you people. Alright, first of all, I'm going to go through a lot of the stuff that's on the touchscreen, and then we'll get into the Android Auto after. But again, first thing you'll notice is it's a very good touchscreen. It's very nice, it's very the display is very eye-catching. There's like a lot of nice graphics on it and stuff. You can swipe now, instead of having to push the side arrow. I mean, you still can push the side arrows if you wanted to, but you can swipe now. Makes it really cool. You've got your FM, AM radio, Bluetooth audio, so if you have music on your phone or iPod or anything like that, you can stream audio through Bluetooth. You got Sirius Xm in this as well. 3-month subscription for free when you purchase the vehicle. The apps is what gets you into your Apple CarPlay and your Android Auto. iPod, if you obviously have an iPod or an iPhone hooked up through the USB, you'll be able to access all the music and everything on the touchscreen itself. You won't have to actually do it through the iPod, so you don't have to really look down that much. Going to this side, USB again. If you have a USB stick with some files on it or music on it that you like to play, you can do that. Clock screen, so you can push that. Get a little clock screen that shows up. Kind of neat. Screen off if you just want to have the screen turned off. Day and night changes the brightness of the screen. Vehicle info. It actually goes through quite a bit of information inside the vehicle. Air conditioning. Basically, it gives you a look at the car. Temperature controls from the driver's side and passenger side, where the air is going to come out of, the fan speed, 13 degrees outside. Just, I don't know, more information. We're all about the information here. Told you it's going to be awkward with this thing. Vehicle settings, so some settings that you can change inside the vehicle. Specifically, you can change like the power folding mirrors on the outside. Whoops. Power folding mirrors on the outside, you can turn those on and off. Some settings that you can adjust. There's a really cool setting that you can turn on when you start your car. So if you have like a remote car start or something, when you start your car, your rear defrost and your windows, rear defrost, heated mirrors, and your windshield wiper de-icers will all turn on automatically. So you can turn that on and off. Other things as well, like if you just push down a little bit on the signal light and let it go right away, it'll blink 3 times for you or something. GPS shows you your coordinates, like your latitude, longitude, all that stuff. In case you get lost at sea and you need to send off a distress signal to captains somewhere, because I don't know. I don't know who I mean, people could use it, and I could just be making fun of them right now. I'm not trying to make fun. I mean, this is 2017 right now, so latitude and longitude is more of a lost at sea kind of thing to me. I could be wrong though, but hey. So I mean, that's just an overview of your home screen and some of the different options that are available. If we get into our settings, again, you have your sound settings, you have brightness control system. So sound settings, you can change. There's different EQs for different types of music you like to listen to. Some normal, rock, pop, all that other stuff there. You can obviously see it. Tone, so treble, mids, your bass, fader, so where you want the sound to where you want the sound to come out of. And then so speed compensation, volume, you can turn it on and off. Basically, while you're driving, it'll compensate for road noise. So different settings for your sound, brightness, system settings, so you can have it beep whenever you push a button. Voice guidance control, so when you push your voice button, the little sound that comes through the person who speaks to you, you can turn the volume up and down for that. This is the language that they speak to you in. So lots of really cool things that you can change in the settings. You do have a lot of control and a lot of information available right at your fingertips here. Information, just software licenses and software stuff. Bluetooth information. My phone's on there because I'm going to show you the Android Auto in a second. Phone functions, so volume of your calls. You can set it to auto answer, so when your phone rings, it'll actually automatically pick up. You don't have to do anything. What else do we got? Voice recognition. Some different settings in there. Display your album art and all that stuff for your iPod and everything. So lots of really cool things inside your touchscreen settings. You slide over to your vehicle information, or no, we already did that one. Did we? Yes, we did. That's your, no, we didn't. There we go. So we got miles per gallon, so you can actually track your average fuel consumption in miles per gallon and kilometers or liters per 100 kilometers and so forth. We're probably pretty high right now because we really haven't not moved. I've just had the car turned on so we can stay warm. But there's that. Eco information. This is kind of a cool thing. You get a driving score. So basically, the better you drive, the more stars you get. And it explains on every one of these vehicle settings, there's actually an explanation that you can do, and it explains what that setting is for. So what is driving score? Your green driving score is based on accelerator and brake use. The more stars, the better you drive. Very self-explanatory. So your goal is to get all 5 of those stars lit up. Now, if you have kids at home who drive the car, history, you can actually go to driving score, and on each day, so January 9th, 11th, 13th, anytime this car was started, so each day that it was driven, it'll show your driving score on all those things. So if you have kids that are driving, and say they take the car on the 11th, and you have a 1 star there, you basically just take away their keys because they are not driving very properly and they're accelerating too fast and braking really hard and just causing your car a whole lot of grief. And yeah, it's kind of a nice way to keep an eye on them, I would think. But essentially, it gives you your history on how good your driving was for each of those days and everything. You can do long miles per gallon, so basically, again, by date of the week, what your average miles per gallon were per each day. Short is basically within the hour, so every 5 minutes it'll update for you and give you an idea and a chart on how your fuel mileage is. Kind of a cool thing. Vehicle settings. This is where you can basically adjust a lot of the stuff. Like, for example, your signal lights answer back, so when you lock it, your lights will blink once or twice or whatever. Like I said, there's an explanation for every single one of these things. So when you click explanation, set the number of flashes for turn signal lights, answer back when locking and unlocking. So when you unlock your door, it'll bleep back twice. You can change that, and there's tons of different options. So you can customize a lot of stuff in this car. This is a lot of the stuff that was accessed in the cars last year just by the mechanic's computer. So if you wanted to change a lot of this stuff in our vehicles last year, you'd have to bring it into a Mitsubishi dealer, you'd have to hook his computer up, and then he would have access to change all this stuff. Now they added that access to you guys. Now, you cannot break the car by pushing buttons on here. So for those of you who want to try it out and you're afraid that you're going to push something that's not going to... There's a reset button. You want to reset? Yes. Yay! Fixed! You cannot break anything inside the car by changing some settings. So play around with it. You can have some fun. You can change some stuff. You might find stuff. I found the stuff for the rear defrost and everything. I found that by accident. It was kind of a neat thing. I wanted to try it out. I looked and I was like, hey, how about that? So there's a lot of really cool things in here that you can access. And yeah, you can, I mean, try it out. There's explanations for everything, so you can see what they actually mean by which settings, but lots of really cool things in there. So, that goes through a lot of the functions on the actual touchscreen. A lot of people find it kind of scary. I don't think so. I mean, I think it's pretty fun. FM radio, you got your presets down there, radio station and stuff. You can seek, tune, different stations available too. So when you push stations, say you're driving down south, Toronto, where they have like 5 billion different radio stations, you can, you could push that station button. It'll show you all the available stations, so you don't have to keep searching through static or anything like that. You can also filter by category. So say you want to listen to rock stations, it'll pull up all of your rock stations. You don't have to worry about finding classical music or religious or pop or hip-hop. It'll only find the stations that you want it to find. So that's kind of cool. You can turn the filter off just by pushing the filter off. And home screen brings you back to your home screen every single time. So I'm going to get my phone here. Whoops, I just took a picture. I'm going to get my phone here. So USB cord is already plugged in the USB port in here. Phone is just up here, so I gotta, there we go, and Android Auto is connected. So now you see that apps button turned into an Android Auto button. So if you push that, welcome to Android Auto. Now, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto have the same functions. It's just a different layout on the screen. The Apple CarPlay is going to look more like an iPhone, so it's going to have like your Messages tab, your Phone tab, and all that stuff. And this is what your Apple CarPlay looks like. Excuse me, I'm coming down with a cold, I think. Manager was just cold, and a couple other people were, and I'm pretty sure I'm catching it, and I'm not very happy about it. So, your main screen is going to show you a lot of your recent activity. Since we haven't really done anything on it, it's blank. But at the bottom here, you have all your little tabs. So this is your navigation tab or your maps tab. You got a phone tab. This is your home button to bring you back to your main screen, at which we are at right now. Your music button, and then this brings you right back to your Mitsubishi thing. So when you push that, you turn to Mitsubishi Motors. You can say yes. You don't want to do that right now. So, home. So let's start off by your maps. As I mentioned, because it's an Android phone, it'll connect to your Google Maps, and then you have access to your navigation system on your touchscreen via your phone. So the car does not have GPS built into it per se, but it does have maps accessed from your phone. What's nice about this is that if you already have favorites that's stored inside your phone, it'll translate right to your dash of your car. If you have your home programmed in your phone already, and you just say, I want to go home, it'll bring you home, and you don't have to type in addresses or anything like that. It'll know where home is. There's two ways that you can search for things. So in your maps, actually there's three ways. In your maps, you can push the little Google button up here, brings up the keyboard. You can type when you're driving. I don't want you to type. Nobody wants you to type, especially police, because they give you tickets for it. So we don't want to do that, but that is an option if you wanted to. Also, if you see this little voice button here, if you hold that down, then you can talk to your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay like that and navigate. So let's give it a shot. Navigate to McDonald's.
Showing results for McDonald's.
So these are all the different McDonald's locations that are in North Bay, and it's just a matter of picking one. So say I want to go to the one on Lakeshore, which is 1 minute away. Push that one. Gives you details about when it's open till, Google ratings, and all that stuff. And then I just push this button and navigate there.
Head north on Lakeshore Drive toward Gertrude Street East.
And it is that easy. So turn-by-turn navigation as well.
You should reach your destination by 3:54 p.m.
And it tells you when you're going to reach your destination by. Now this also has, I don't know how it is with Apple, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, but this also does have traffic as well. So live traffic, if it's really congested, right now the traffic is moving kind of slow, that's why it's orange, but if it's really, really slow, that'll turn red, and it'll give you an estimated time as to, like for example, if it normally takes a minute to get from here to McDonald's, it'll say plus 2 minutes, meaning it'll take 2 minutes longer to get there based on traffic. Really cool stuff. So that is the second way to navigate or to access some of the features in here. The third way is if you have an Android phone anyway. I don't know how it is with iPhones or what the command is with iPhones, but I have an Android phone, so I'm just going to turn this down so I don't have to talk over it. Whoops. Oh, it's a lot quieter. I'm going to turn the music off too. Oh, we'll turn it off altogether. All right. And it will open up your voice command. Now the voice is not only just for the maps, but it's for a lot of other stuff as well. So you can make phone calls, you can send text messages, you can Google stuff, really. I mean, you could do almost anything with this thing. So like I mentioned in a previous video, you can, if you want to know what the weather's like today, okay Google, what's the weather like today?
In North Bay today, it'll be clear with a high of minus 14 degrees and a low of minus 21 degrees. It's currently minus 15 degrees and partly cloudy.
How is that for awesome? It is awesome. That's pretty much the short term of it. So, I mean, you can Google stuff. Your weather, your random information. You want to know how old Donald Trump is. Honestly, I didn't even know he was this old, but okay, Google. How old is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is 70 years old.
Literally anything. It'll do almost everything for you. If it can't do it, it'll say, I don't know what to do with this, but you could do a lot of stuff with this thing. If you wanted to go on, again, Spotify or something and play something, for example, okay, Google, play the Black Eyed Peas.
Here you go. Asking to play the Black Eyed Peas.
So it'll open up the, didn't work because my Spotify is set to offline, so I don't use a bunch of data, but if you wanted to play certain playlists, you can actually tell it what you wanted to play and stuff. So lots of really cool features that are built into this Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's making it a lot safer because everyone wants to use their phone nowadays, especially when they're driving. That's why they have such strict driving laws now in regards to cell phones and everything. So this allows you to still do a lot of the stuff that most people want to do without actually having to look down at your cell phone or taking your hands off the wheel. So it's a very safe way to do all that stuff. So that's the Maps version of it, and some of the other cool features and everything. Like I mentioned, you can send and receive text messages. I don't know who to text right now, but yeah, all you have to do is just say the thing that I normally say. Okay, Google, send a message to Kyle Lagasse.
Sorry, who do you want to message?
Kyle Lagasse.
I still didn't get that. If you haven't tried it already, try saying just the first her last name.
It's because I am not in my phone as a contact. That's why. But, I mean, you do that, it'll ask you for the message, you say the message, it'll repeat it to you, and it's pretty simple stuff. So, yeah, that's just a little preview on our Android Auto, and I'll be back with some more information from you shortly. All right.